Hi, I'm Candace Arian with the Dallas International Film Festival. We are speaking today with Karen Black, renowned actress, as well as multiple Golden Globe winner, Academy Award nominee, and our panelist for the Women in Film Luncheon. Karen, thank you so much for being here. We truly appreciate it. Tell us, what are some of the questions that you answered, some of the points that you hope people who weren't able to be at the luncheon that you'd like for them to hear?
Well, they asked me about Easy Rider and Five Easy Pieces and The Great Gatsby and some wonderful times I've had in my lifetime. And they asked me how come I was still working all the time, which I am. And I said to them that I think one wonders about that, even about oneself. You know, I have the play I'm going into, and the play that I wrote is being made into a movie in September, and I have a movie called Disturbed that I'm doing with Rachel Miner, and I have a movie coming out that John Landis produced. And so I said to them that I think it's very important to always do your best, even if you have, you get on the set and you find out, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Certain lousy elements here. Doesn't matter. You always do your best. You keep your integrity no matter what. And then the other thing I said was, as you move along, there'll be people that you honestly will care for in the projects that you're doing, and you should keep in communication with them. I don't think you should create make up liking people because it might help your career. I think it's not real. It's false, and it makes the person not happy, and it's not your own life you're living. But if you really have an affinity for someone, they're very real to you. Keep them. Just keep them and try to make them friends and keep them as friends. And sometimes it isn't easy because they don't know that you just want to be, their pal and communicate with them. That's all you want. But you keep that up, and I think it makes a very long career.
What of all of your experiences, what are some of your favorites?
Well, I've had an incredibly wonderful time. Sometimes you'll have a bad experience making a movie. I would say I've had a bad experience twice. When you have a bad experience making a movie, it's incredibly heartbreaking. It can ruin your career for many years. You're up in the night crying. It's really, really horrific. But countering that is the normal, which is it's a better than wonderful. It's almost miraculous. Usually making movies is just an incredibly wonderful, loving experience. I don't think that the rags know anything about making a movie, nor anything about actors and actresses. They make it all up, and they've never done it. Those magazines. So they keep misreporting everything. The truth is, when most of the movies that you make are very loving experiences, really loving. And the reason is that everyone on the set has the same purpose. The same purpose, every single person there. And that's a great purpose. The purpose is a very light, aesthetic theme. The purpose is to make a fabulous movie, the best one we can make. And so that unites people and it lifts people. So usually on a set you will have tremendous affinity and it's a very good time. And I think that's one of the reasons that when it goes bad, it's so very, very bad, because it's such an important thing in many people's lives to do good work. So when it starts failing, it's quite hurtful.
Yeah, it's so much of your core, your identity.
Your core and your identity. And you got it.
Describe a defining moment when you knew you wanted to do acting for a living.
Well, I was 6, and I was in the air because my sister Gail Brown, who was on Another World for many years, very beautiful, Gail Brown, and I used to climb up on this bureau very high, and we could touch the ceiling, and then we would fly through the air and land in the mattress. And I said, I want to be an actress. And actually, I've heard that people often make up their minds about their lives at age 6. I've heard that. Oh. Maybe it doesn't happen anymore.
Through the years.
Hold on a sec.
Oh, sure. Oh, ribbit.
Ribbit?
Ribbit. Frog.
They say ribbit. I thought they say ribbit. Ribbit. Much better.
There you go. Ribbit. I'm ribbiting here with Karen Black.
Just riveting.
Yeah, just ribbiting. Well, I'd have to ask, from what you spoke today, you know, you talked about maintaining integrity. What are some of the other things that you would aspire and hope for any woman involved in film? You know, with Catherine Bigelow winning the Oscar this year and The Hurt Locker doing so well, you know, women directors, screenwriters, actresses, whatever, can make such a profound difference, not only within the film, on their set, in the industry, but their communities at large. You know, what would you have to say to those who are wanting to get into film or those who have been many years in the business? What would be that factor or that piece of advice or something that you would hope to impart upon them?
As you were speaking, I thought of several things. One thing is you should probably tell them a little bit more about me because people don't remember me. I did a lot of movies in the 70s and the 80s, and though I continue to work, they may not know that I won certain awards and everything. I think you should tell them.
Okay. That's Karen has won, like she said, many awards throughout the years.
I won a couple of Golden Globes and nominated for a third, and I have been nominated for an Academy Award. So just so, I mean, otherwise, who is that girl? I don't like her hair. Can she comb it or what is going on? That sort of thing. I guess one of the things that came to mind as you were asking the question, and this fails to be an answer, is if you read things that women write, by and large, and read things that men write, there's an amazingly textured and fine sensibility to a woman's hand and a woman's mind. It's incredible. I just won 2 weekends ago the Women in Film, the Female Eye, Toronto International Film Festival, Best Actress.
Congratulations.
Thank you. For a movie called Nothing Special. The woman who wrote it and directed it was Angela Garcia Combs. And myself and Barbara Bain and Julia Combs were in it. And the dialogue and the sensibility and the pain and the yearning and, you know, what you go through as a woman is incredibly good fodder for drama. And it's often thrown aside for things that, for me, are incredibly ridiculous fodder for drama, such as dying. I don't know what the hell is so interesting about dying. You know, people, I get scripts and people are dead within the first page. You know, that doesn't mean it's going to be good. There's a lot of killing, there's a lot of shooting, there's a lot of dying, there's a lot of fear of death, there's a lot of fear that one will die any moment. There's a lot of revenge and so forth. But, what's up?
No, continue. They were just telling me the time.
You have to hurry?
No, we're okay. Go
Okay.
For it. Go for it.
I think that there's a tremendous opening for the sensibility of a woman in film and on stage, and how things are viewed from her point of view. I think it's incredibly beautiful and fabulous, and I think we're going to get more and more of it.
That's fantastic.
I must say that the movies that I've read that are about killing and murder and are usually written by men, and the ones that are more sensitive are by women.